Coming up next, it's Live-ish with your host Lance Shilka on Mnet Radio. This is the show where we put industry professionals and independent artists in the limelight. Now, your host, Lance Shilka. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live-ish. This is Lance Shilka, and I am talking to a return guest, somebody that we've been following since her early days, who's doing quite well. Welcome, Sabrina Falla. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, and as I know, you're doing well as well in these very troubling times, but you're actually doing really good. You continue to push the envelope of promotion and marketing that all Canadian artists should pay attention to. Excellent work on all your nominations. I mean, how many awards have you been nominated for? And I know you've won a bunch of them, but seriously, you are always on the list. How does that work?
I keep pushing my music out there, and I guess getting good reaction from the public got me nominated in these contests and radio contests and all these things, because to be seen and heard, you have to push your music so people see it to pick it up. So
yeah, and it has to be good too.
I work very hard.
I
work very hard, and it's just sitting on the computer and emailing people and just following up with them and being nice.
Oh, that's the big secret.
The main thing in this industry is you're going to be really very, very nice, because they don't like people who thinks of themselves, you know, I'm this, I'm that. No. That's not how it works in the.
I think that's generally
how
the way
you get into the door.
That's life. You got to be nice to people. That's all there is to it.
In general, you have to be nice. Yeah.
And nice to animals, right? So it's no secret you're a big animal lover. We talked about that in our previous interview, which was about a year and a half now. I went back into the archives and dug that up, and I'll be asking you some questions about that later. But let's stick to today. So you're in a contest now, and you're getting mainstream airplay. Talk a little bit about the contest, and hopefully we can send some people to vote for you.
Okay, so the contest is on Kiss FM Phoenix. It's based in Arizona.
Right.
And a friend of mine, I have to mention this because I didn't know about the contest till my friend sent it to me and said, you need to apply for this. So I thank my friend for that, or else I wouldn't have known about it, because I don't follow Kiss because they're pop station.
Right.
But I submitted my song Hurt, which is like a soft ballad. And it got accepted. So if I win the contest, I get played on the station. Now, I don't know if it's one spin or if I get in rotation. They didn't specify that.
Right.
But I also get to be an opener for the iHeart Music Festival.
Well, that's pretty huge.
So that's what I want. I want to open up for that festival because I hear it's big.
Oh, and, absolutely, yeah.
And it's iHeart. They're connected to festivals, the radio, everything. But iHeart is huge, and there's always great bands that play during that show or when it's live on TV. So many great bands are performing. So it'll be a nice opportunity if I can get that.
Oh, I think a lot of people would agree with that. Yeah, that's a huge break.
Just to do one song. I'm sure they're going to ask me to film it because I can't go there because of the pandemic. But just having that chance to do it is just such a nice opportunity. And it's so nice how these radio stations do contests, because it's just so much fun to get involved. But the thing about contests is you have to get people to vote for you.
Oh, yes.
And that's when you have to know how to push your music, how to market it, how to kindly ask people to vote for you. Don't overdo it. Don't spam people. You just have to be friends with people to vote for you.
You're absolutely right.
And I'm very careful how often I do it, but I do it a lot, but I'm careful on when and how.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think it's great to win an award. I mean, it always makes you feel good. It makes you feel like what you're doing is worthwhile, because it can be a struggle to be a musician, especially this year. I mean, what a crazy year. So hats off to you. And again, I think all Canadian artists should really pay attention to what you're doing, because as an independent artist, you tend to be noticed, and that's the idea, folks. Get noticed, and your music is the reason why you're getting noticed, but you're promoting yourself to all the right people. And we've been following you since we discovered you. We instantly took note of your songs, and now we're even playing some of your earlier stuff. And let's talk about your earlier stuff, because it's really good. It's a little bit different than your EP, Kiss is a Killer, which I think everybody should go out and buy, and it's available Spotify and iTunes and all the regular places. So, and if you don't know how to get to those places, go visit SabrinaFalla.com, and Falla is Faaaah. So, because you got to support your artist, people, especially now. And I want you all to go and buy this stuff, because it's great music. We play it because we love it, not because we don't have a choice. So get out there and vote for her, buy her music. There, that was a mouthful. Okay, so moving right along. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your older music, which we just brought up.
Right.
So talk a little bit to me about, so it goes back to about 2011. Was this generally when you started out as an artist?
Oh, no, I have recorded stuff previously, but that was so early that that was during the MySpace days.
Right.
So iTunes and stuff were not even out then.
And by the way, you can still find your Sabrina Falla MySpace page, which I was looking at today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still out there. It's still a thing.
I started on MySpace, and I will always be on MySpace, no matter how much they still change it around. But,
right.
Yeah.
Right. You actually had been doing demos and such prior to 2011.
Just to put on MySpace and let people hear it. I didn't really sell it. And I probably wouldn't even put it out to sell now, because I was so young that I. Well,
you know what? It was the genesis of your music, as far as I'm concerned. When I look at it, it's sort of your roots, if you will. And as a collector of music and the artists that I like, listening to their early work is kind of a real privilege. So I think people will definitely like to hear the genesis of Sabrina Falla, and it's really great. I hear a lot of the influence and sort of the modifications of the influence that we've talked about in the past as you developed as an artist, and it's kind of cool, and the songs are really great. And I know you like to say that you need to feel the content of the song in order to sing it. So so talk to me about those early songs. Are they like, experiences in your life that sort of led you to in this direction, or were they just topics for songs?
Well, when I write about what I go through and what others go through. So my first album, when I was working on it, I think I wrote like 10 songs, and then I had to pick 5 to record, and then we picked the 5 that we felt were the best to start with. And it's the first, my first album is pretty much everything I went through during that time of my life. When I was, so think about 2011, I was early 20s.
Right.
So I went through a lot.
That's interesting. It's like a chronicle.
But also my song Breakthrough was written, I was working on that for a while. And that one is about me going back to being younger than the 20s and trying to break through my fears and you know, and going for my dreams. So that song is trying to tell people like you have to make that first step so to break that fear.
Open your eyes, stare at the sun as you stand there, realize never give in, never give up, never give out what you got when you got what you love. All around me the air is thin, all around me the walls closing, all around me there's no escape, but I kick as I scrape, as I push, as I take, as I scream, as I go straight through what holds me down. Break through the silence and the doubt, break through the fire that won't go out, break through the chains that hold me back, break through the fear I had, break through. For the light, look at the heroes and strength that they have inside. Back to your feet when you fall to the ground. Stand up and scream when you mean that you'll be around. All around me the air is thin, all around me the walls closing, all around me there's no escape, but I kick as I scrape, as I push, as I take, as I scream, as I go straight through what holds me down. Break through the silence and the doubt, break through the fire that won't go out, break through the chains that hold me back, break through the fear I had, break through. Whisper in my ear, you can let it go, now so let the fear this I know. Whisper in my ear, you can let it go, now so let the fear this I know. Whisper in my ear, you can let it go, now so let the fear this I know. Whisper in my ear, you can let it go. Silence and the doubt, break through the fire that won't go out, break through the chains that hold me back, break through the fear I had, break through the silence and the doubt, break through the fire that won't go out, break through the chains that hold me back, break through the fear I had.
Yeah, I just love how people still go back to my first album because that's what made me start.
Right.
I actually, my first album is the only one I packaged, so I was selling at my shows, and then when iTunes and everything came out, I just started putting it online.
Mm-hmm.
But that album is really close to me because I got it packaged. I finally got to sell it at my shows, and I really pushed it. And I think that album got me going.
Right.
Started off my journey of getting me to where I am right now. So.
Well, that sounds about right to me, because it certainly seems like a real foundation for the music that you later put out. Kiss is a Killer. It was an EP that actually got you a lot of attention, and as a result, you've done a lot of playing live, and you've been around the Ottawa scene. But I mean, you've been to the Caribbean. You've toured a bit with your music, and
I've been around.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And you're doing well as a result. So again, it's hard to argue that touring and playing live isn't the best way to support your music. And therefore, again, we bring ourselves back to present day. And how has it been for you this year? I mean, obviously, you're not playing live anywhere. Have you been doing any live streaming, or have you just...
I've done virtual concerts, like for
cool.
stations that are asking artists to submit a song to perform. I've done that.
Right.
I've been writing new music, so hopefully next year I can get into the studio, because this year we're still social distancing, even though everything's open.
Right.
I myself don't want to go into the studio this year right now. I still want to give it some time, and next year also it gives me more time to write, to think about more things.
Absolutely.
But I've been spending this year more on getting my songs on the radio. I spend hours and hours on the computer, and I don't call radio. I just email them, and then if they want to talk to me, then I give them my number. Only 1 or 2 stations wanted to talk to me on the phone, but it's more on the net. And now that everything is indoors, nobody's going out and being so busy.
Right.
I'm getting answered faster.
Oh, good.
Than normally. Yeah, because everybody's working from home.
Yeah, I think that's true all around. We do a lot of it for even ourselves here at Mnet Radio. We definitely do as much at home as we can. And we have also a live streaming studio here where we've done live streaming events. And we have to constantly, pay attention to the pandemic protocols. As a result, It's been a tough year. So you've talked about your virtual concerts. Are they available online?
One of them.
Oh, cool.
They can go on my YouTube to find that. It's all Sabrina Falla. It's very easy. All my social medias is my name.
Right.
But normally, I don't post all of my virtual concerts online. I don't know. You know what? I should, but when you're so busy, you can forget.
Right. Well, you do have some stuff
it on
there.
YouTube. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Post a lot of my interviews online,
Yes,
radio, college radio, and also mainstream stations that accept me to put it on my YouTube.
Right.
They're on there. Yeah, I have to ask permission for the mainstream ones, definitely. But yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. You definitely have a lot to of content to. For me, it was great because it makes my ability to interview you so much easier. I do watch a lot of the interviews that you've done with various personalities, and they always seem to want to dive into your personal life. And although I will be doing that a little bit at the end of the conversation here, I find your music career much more. Yeah, well, we won't get into anything personal, but your personal life, and I'd like to maybe move into like your music career now and a little bit more. You've talked about looking at going into the studio next year, and I really hope you do that because I think right now would be a pivotal time.
I will find a way.
Oh, good.
I'll find a way.
Yeah, because I mean, you're poised to get a lot more attention with new music, in my opinion. People are looking at you, and we'd love to see you put something out.
And I know they want more music, and I was gonna give them that, but then the pandemic started too, right? So I'm sure a lot of people's plans got ruined this year.
Oh, and businesses,
traveling, working, record, everything.
So tell me something about the status of music in Ottawa right now, as far as the live entertainment venues. Are they open again? Is there anything going on there at all?
I think No, festivals are definitely shut.
Yeah, they're done.
Or I don't know. Because for that, I didn't submit this year because of the pandemic. I didn't even try. I think restaurants have live music, but they're outside.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not doing anything like that till next year. I'm
Right.
not even gonna. I think right now people need to be more safe than trying to go out there.
Right.
Just stay safe because here in Ottawa everything's open. You just have to wear a mask. So I just hope everybody does what they have to do.
Let's just hope that everybody will be okay. And personally, I reserve any comment or opinion until we see the so-called second round of,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, come then. But in the meantime, so you feel that there is some resurgence in live music in Ottawa? Because here we're definitely seeing bars are opening again and they're bringing in live acts. I know some agents that are booking in various pubs and bars again. The venues themselves are pretty much all switching to live streaming events so that there's some access to live music events for people now. And I really support that. I hope everybody realizes how important that is to the future of artists in our country and music as a whole in our culture. So please support these live streams and get out to see a live music show somewhere if you are comfortable doing that. And please support our artists by buying their music. There you go. Okay, so let's go move right ahead. Immediate plans. You're going to win the contest in Phoenix. And absolutely.
We don't know yet.
Well, when is that contest over, Sabrina?
I would love to know.
Oh, okay.
All I know is that the festival is on the 18th and 19th of September.
Oh, well,
So
you'll find out real
I'm thinking
soon.
maybe early September they're going to add up the votes and say who won. But
Right.
the thing is, for the person that wins, I hope they give enough time for them to get their song ready to send in, because they can't, like for somebody like me, I don't like things being thrown at me really close to last minute.
Right.
I like being told a bit, but I know in this industry anything can happen.
Well, that's
But
right.
I just like at least a week. If I do win, I want a week at least to get so I can figure things out. But in the end, I'm okay.
We really wish you all the best, and we hope you win, because we want to see you play for the radio station, the KISS radio station in Phoenix, and I'd love to see your stuff online, and I hope that you put out some songs very, very soon. So I want to ask you, though, moving ahead, and before we say goodbye, how is Blackie doing, the squirrel?
Blackie has a little dot on his nose, so like a little white dot. I'm wondering if he made a boo-boo.
Oh.
if maybe he hit something and it gave him a bruise or something.
So
because
Blackie's still around?
Blackie is still around and he's following me, and he almost came into my screen room the other day, but I know why. Because he smelled the peanuts, so when I opened the door...
Okay, Blackie smelled the peanuts. Everybody, Blackie is a wild squirrel who befriended Sabrina because, as an animal lover, she likes to make sure they're fed in the winter and so on and so forth. So I'm really happy that Blackie's still around, because I was kind of worried you'd say, oh, Blackie's not with us anymore.
No, I'm always scared when I see a black squirrel across from my house hit by a car that is Blackie. But 5 minutes later, I see Blackie next to my door, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we all hate to see that. It's
I don't want to see any animal hit by a car.
No,
you know?
that's right. That's right. And let's not have to write a song about that one day. Sabrina, I want to thank you for your time. I want to wish you all the success in the world. We are following you very closely, as always, and you and I talk from time to time off the air. So let's keep that up. And again, everybody, SabrinaFella.com, and go vote for her. Get on her Facebook page. And Yeah, absolutely. Support your Canadian artists now more than ever. So we're going to play, as we normally do, a song from Sabrina's repertoire. And I'm going to play Stuck Up because it's still my favorite song, Sabrina.
Aw, thank you.
It's a great song. So thank you again, everybody.
Thank
Sabrina
you.
Falla. Yay!
So far above it all and I'm down below. You act like you'll never fall, but what you don't know, that's what Humpty Dumpty thought. The world revolved around him until he got a face full of the ground that's coming at you now.